Hello, Tuhan Holloway with Albert Kali Salat, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit about wooden weapons. And when people think of that, they'll think of something like this, which is this kamagon, a Filipino ironwood. Nice, it's a garrote or baston. It's a nice stick, fighting stick, 28 inches long, fairly heavy, and it's obviously going to do the damage that a stick would do. It's a clubbing weapon, and people think of that as a wooden weapon. That's what you think of. Some people think of the 6-foot, karate bow staffs or things like that. Some of the people who do Aikido or some of the other arts that have to do some sword techniques will think of the bokken or bokto with the wooden sword, shaped like a katana. But for wooden weapons, most people are thinking something like this, a stick. For most people, a stick. Somebody can understand a club. This, of course, is a rattan stick. This is a standard training stick. It's lighter than this one. This will usually be a little faster because it's not as heavy. So, fast. But it's a standard training stick. One good thing about rattan, if you're hitting it against a rattan training, it doesn't splinter. This will splinter. This is a good fighting stick, but when you're hitting them against each other, if you're doing training, this is going to splinter and some things can come out and stab you and possibly flick you in the eye. This will have a tendency to it basically starts to shred and it becomes it's almost like peeling layers off of it. So you just know when they're no good anymore. But that's also a wooden weapon. Pole cue, could be a wooden weapon. But I want to talk specifically tonight about some things that are a little bit different. Now, recently I saw a wooden weapon that intrigued me. It was very ingenious. I'd never seen anything like it, and that is unusual for me nowadays. I've been doing martial arts a long time, and I've been doing law enforcement a long time, and if it's a weapon somebody can conceal, I've probably seen it by now, you'd think. This particular weapon is very ingenious. I understand the principles behind it. I know what they were doing when they designed this, but it was really, I just thought it was a neat idea. So I contacted the maker, and the maker, these weapons that I'm going to show you tonight are very small. They were from Thailand, and they can be bought from NOK Hodges, and it's designed from her husband and herself. They are the trainers in the NOK system. It's a knife and stick combative system, and at the end, it's very, it has a lot of a common base to it, but it's a system that they use, and I was really intrigued not only by the beauty of this particular weapon, but with the native hardwood, but the ingenious design of it. So I said, let me take a look at it. I knew it, for me, I look at it almost like an improvised weapon because I know that I can use a flashlight or other things like this, but this particular weapon, they're marketed as the Falcon, is just fascinating to me on the way it can be used. Right now it's locked closed. All right, this particular weapon does not have to be locked closed. You can take it like this. Now I have this can be used as a finger hold. I can put my fingers through here and use this to help hold that weapon. But the main interesting thing is at this point when I do this, now it springs open because of the way this thing is. And now I have a point on either end in a hard wooden weapon. This is absolutely great for controls, for stabbing, raking, control holes. I've got reverse grip and forward grip all in one weapon. That makes it a pretty interesting weapon, and you can do a lot of things with it. You constantly see me, when I've got a knife, I'll flip it, a lot of times in videos, I'll flip it from forward to reverse grip. No need, I got both. No need to flip the grip, I've got it. Ingenious. What's really ingenious also about it is the fact that it can be sitting here. This thing looks less like a weapon than a lot of other things, and you can put it like this, look it in your belt loop, it looks less, if you had a belt here, it's less flashy than a lot of Western belt buckles. It could pass for some kind of ornament on some of your belts. Woman can put it in her hair, have it like like a hair tie, if you have a big hairdo. Obviously I would not, lucky to have hair at my age now. But when you're looking at this, there's a lot of things you can do for it, for concealment purposes or for carrying it. And well, like I said, this particular loop can loop it closed, but it also can be used. I can use it for finger loops to help retain the thing. There's multiple ways you can grip this. I can grip it this way. All kind of things. And they have, the Hodges have videos of this. And I'm not going to try to supplant their system that they designed. just telling you that I think it's an interesting thing. From a law enforcement perspective, I like to show this because I want people to realize that a wooden weapon does not have to be that. You need to know that a piece of wood can hurt, and it can do things to you. And this can kill if you know what you're doing. Now, if people go, well, that's kind of some kind of esoteric ninja weapon, and granted, it's not this. I go out Spider Code Warrior. I got a 6-inch, double-bladed knife, or double-edged. Serrated on this side. Plain edge here, curved, designed, for a specific form of reverse grip knife fighting. Although it works great for it as well. Obviously, it's not a knife, and it's not a handgun or a rifle. Yeah, but there's times when something like this you can carry. You can't carry that, or you can carry. There's certain people that would rather carry this. They won't carry a knife or a gun, or they can't in some jurisdictions. And I'll tell you, this has advantages. For me, I train a lot. I have very strong fingers, and I can do a lot of techniques using my fingers to do pressure, to move joints, and do things. If you don't have that kind of finger strength and flexibility, which I've got from years of training, this is a wooden finger. It doesn't feel pain, and it's, you're going to have to break it. You have to break the wood before it's going to quit working, as far as putting pressure on things, moving, bridging, and then you also have this nice little points. The interesting thing is this isn't all that they make. All right, this non-skid. I want you to put your finger in here. I want you to grab here. I usually don't really particularly like the put my fingers in loops like that. There are reasons to do this, and in this you can make it flip around for you. By putting it this grip, I spin it around, and then I can spin it by there and never lose it. Because I can spin that and go into different grips by spinning it in a loop. Well, you know what? I've spent a lot of years flipping knives around, so I like to have the ability to transition without having to do that. But nothing wrong with doing that. And if you happen to have arthritis or something else, it might help you hold on to this thing. Once again, a point, rounded edge, fits your palm, reinforced palm strikes, and still can press, as well as rake, stab, penetrate, flush if necessary, and control technique, bridging. Similar, different wood, slightly different shape, many different things on this. So if you notice all the different, look at all the different pieces of cordage here. That's elastic cord. So I mean, you can put a finger through here, a finger through here, carry the thing almost like a claw. Very interesting for some of the salat, methodologies. Claw. You can carry it with fingers through here. You can carry one through here. Or you can just use this, like I do a lot of times. Just run it through here, and use that as a nice little non-skid thing on the back to help you retain it. If you want to hold it here where nobody can see it, and you've got that finger, little claw right in there on the end of your finger, right there. Extend right in here. What do you need to do? Nice. This, once again, another one. This one's rounded, more rounded. See, this one's oblong, rounded. Various variations of their different devices. And this does not have a point. Suppose you don't want to carry something with a point. Suppose you stab yourself if you got it stuck in there. Or suppose that you can't carry something with a point. That's obviously a weapon. This they mark it as a finger, for holding extra, your plastic grocery bags on the end of here or something like that. What a great striking implement and compliance tool and bridging implement this thing can be. All of these can do this. All of these are basically going to help you in your empty hand methodology. It's almost like an improvised weapon, but it's not improvised. We had a lot of thought going into it to make it a weapon, but it's a tool. We're tool users as humans. It'll give you an advantage over empty hand. To be perfectly honest, with these particular techniques, it'd be better if you have a lot of empty hand techniques, skill, experience. Then you can use something like this, a small weapon, to best advantage, because it's easier to use a big weapon. Keep distance. That distance. Not with this, you're close. Close is always more dangerous. But I'm sure not going to carry this concealed now, am I? Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to do, walking around like this. But also, this is easy. And you beak yourself. Put it in here. Oh. Now, what I'm going to show real quick with Mickey here, I'm going to what we're going to do is I'm going to show a few things with this. I'm only going to use this falcon and this finger, the extra finger. And the reason why is because anything I can do with this, you just think this is just like a double version of some of these. And of course, like I said, I mean, I can use it like this. I can fight with it like that. That's not bad. You know, these little pincer movements too, if you really want to do that. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some bridging motions. If I'm standing here, I'm going to stand here, and a punch comes in. I can go. I'm going to go either inside, outside, split entry, or reverse split. So I'm either going to come outside, inside the arc. Right here, I'll be inside the arc of his arms here. I'll be like, oh, inside, outside, split, or half of me, this, you know, this is on the inside of his arm, and this is on the outside. Reverse split with the far shoulder comes in. That's my methodology. That's what you've got. The same thing with this. So, let's show a couple of bridging techniques. Punches. There's some bridging motions. Here's some. See how I bridge him off balance. Bridge him off balance. And I do the same thing with this, except I come. Oh, look at that motion. I hit with this on that arm. It sucks to be him. Hit on that nerve plexus. Come in here, I can hit again. Hit. Oh, that's ugly. But if I come in here and use this, here's my fold right in there. It folds in there. Come in here, punch, hammer with this. You got some nice striking. If I want to, that's an extra finger. Now that's sharp. You can feel that. Big difference in a push and in this press. Now, of course, split. Oh, look at it, right into the sternum. Now before, and like I said, I was hitting him in the face. And that's good. But this, I let him run in, right into the sternum. Wham, crunch. I can possibly break it, but then I rake down if I need to. And then I have, like I said, here's my, oh, look at my techniques. I've got this, there's a bridge. Here's that on the inside if I want to catch. There's all kind of little pressure controls and throws in this. Now this, oh, this gives you both, plus a point. This is ugly, because I've got points. And when I come in here, it's, oh, look, he stabbed. If I want to come in here and go, oh, there's my cuts. That's ugly. If I want to come in here and go, oh, that's bad. This thing is raking, cutting, stabbing in. Because this, when it comes in, when it rakes, that's hitting. That point enters, and then I'm pulling. It's going to gouge. It's going to be ugly. If he's wearing light clothing like Mickey is right now, it's really going to be bad. If he's wearing heavy clothing, well, maybe not so bad, but you know what? Face is available. More lightly clad. Oh! Are available. This is ugly. Bam! Here. Up. Up. And then I got two there. Oh, nice. You see that? Move him off. Now, if I want to just use it as a bridging, you see that bridge? See, the point's not on it. But there's there. I can bridge him off. Now, if I want to come in here and go, bridge, oh, and enter. So you've got a lot of things you can do with this. And it's very fast. And I've got two claws, so I'm coming. My elbow technique is now, oh, strike, then an elbow. Stab, elbow. It's like having a knife in your hand. It's very good. Thanks for watching.